I woke up to this day realizing that it has been 9 years that I've been doing this YouTube experience. 9 years of making videos. Like, where did all this time go? We're already in 2024. And I started this in 2015. Like, what? 9 years ago today of creating this channel. Like, oh my god. I felt like I've grown up doing this. Like, I started at 12 and now I'm 21. Like, wow. So, hey you all, it's Vivian J. Welcome back to my channel. So, as you could tell by the title, this is my 9 years on YouTube special. So, if I'm gonna be honest with you, there really isn't much to do as of right now because it's been snowing a lot in the Chicago suburbs. I'm gonna do a question and answer / talking about how things have changed over the past 9 years and things like that. So yeah, without further ado, why don't we just go ahead and get to it. So to kind of start off, I would like to say by giving my little speech, and I did type this up prior to filming this, so it's on my phone right now. So here's what I have for you glitter angels. Dear glitter angels, I'd like to thank you for 9 years of this YouTube experience. I couldn't be more grateful to take on this opportunity and spread positive messages throughout the use of video and media arts. I've officially grown up throughout the past 9 years, and it's come to surprise of how things have changed. It has been a roller coaster ride overall. Throughout these years, we have provided concepts of representation, women empowerment, self-expression, to name a few. So most of my life, I realized that I don't fit into a mold. As the leader in charge, all I wanted to do was make an impact and break stereotypes because most people like me often don't get represented. Norms of any kind do not belong here in this world, and they never. As a family of glitter angels, we've come to help change people's minds and provide a sense of belonging, diversity, and inclusion at the same time. I honestly would not have made it this far if it wasn't for you. Importantly, thank you glitter angels so much for these amazing memories that we've made, and I cannot wait for more to come. In addition, thanks to the people that have been a part of my videos, whether on or off camera. Over time, we have featured many new and familiar people. From this day forward, I wish everyone the most amazing luck with this year, and thanks again for your kind support. Let's keep up with the hard work and pride we carry as a family. Lots of love, Vivian J., your host. Okay, so now that you've seen the speech, well, at least heard the speech, now I'm going to answer a few questions that people might have asked me. So the first one is, do you feel like you have a lot of friends after starting YouTube? And that is asked by one of my good friends since elementary school, so that's actually an interesting question. So I did feel that I had a lot of friends after starting YouTube. I mean, it was a process at first, but then all of a sudden I got used to that. Honestly, prior to social media, I hated talking to people. Like, I didn't want to socialize with anyone. I mean, I was such a shy person. Eventually, when starting YouTube, I just went from introverted to extroverted just like that. And definitely middle school was definitely a challenge. But when I got to high school, it eventually got slightly easier, because I did sort of went with the flow most of the time, but I wanted to find an expressive way of showcasing who I am and things like that. And I feel fortunate to take on this opportunity because if I didn't do YouTube, I probably would not have made a lot of friends. So that has been a good help. Now for the second question is, what is the hardest part for you, and do you struggle to find motivation? And that is from one of my good college friends. So that's a great question as well. I'd say the hardest part was getting started because it's like the exploring phase. Because it took me quite a time to figure out what kind of content I wanted to do. And especially since there is a lot of people that don't have many common interests as I do. Well, I guess it depends. I'd say so-so, actually. Because whenever I have off days or just really bad days, and where a lot of stuff just didn't go as planned, that's when lack of motivation tends to hit me most. Like, especially since I'm still in college, a junior in college. But if I'm having good days, then that's where most of the support I get from people and also the motivation I have to put together something creative. But it also works as a coping mechanism. Actually, since I was really, really scared to go to college. Because I was afraid I wasn't going to meet a lot of people that would like the things that I talk about or things I create. Honestly, it just felt like reliving the same panic attack over and over. Well, like in the beginning of my journey, I might have mentioned this, maybe not, but toward the beginning, which is during my middle school phase, it was like, oh my god, girl, are you really gonna do this? And then second time it was like, don't do it. But then the third time it was like, well, why don't you just go for it? No one's gonna judge you or make fun of you. Honestly, I had no idea what was up with my little headspace. Sure, a lot of times it gets like, oh my god, that's so scary, but overall, for finding motivation, it varies on how I'm feeling most of the time, so there you have it. So, now we're gonna talk about filming at my college. So, when I first came there, it was definitely scary, like I said, but eventually I did manage to keep up with vlogging because that was something that I enjoyed since 7th grade. Yeah, the first time I did vlogging was in 7th grade, yeah. And I was 12 or 13, so that's still a pretty long time. And I might have done some beauty videos, fashion videos, hauls, reviews, food. I mean, I kind of did random things at different times, which might have felt a little strange. At one point, no joke, I started thinking, it's alright, why trust a film girl like me? No, I'm kidding. I'm probably one of the most awkward people you'll ever meet. But it's okay. Here's another reason why. I enjoy making people laugh so much. And I'm going to answer some pretty frequently asked questions as well. What gives you inspiration for making videos? Well, I might have mentioned people, but also some environment things have given me inspiration. Like, for example, definitely, when it lightly rains, I would say. I know that's kind of weird to say, but it's sort of true. And definitely sunny days give me inspiration. I would say what also gives inspiration is definitely sunrises. Sunrise, sunset, doesn't really matter. Well, because like eventually it gets pretty interesting. What's your secret to gaining inspiration? I would say listening to music while typing up your ideas on a document. And how has your vlogging contributed to filmmaking? Well, although they're two different things, I would say it has definitely given me the guts to help direct and kind of take part in leading, which I fortunately had the opportunity to do in film club, so that was fun. And what has filming taught you over the years? It has definitely taught me on not dwelling on negative, and it definitely drove me to think positive. It's like a drive in positive energy and motivation, and it takes away any bad juju. And how long does it take you to put together videos? I would say about 2 hours or less. Like less than 2 hours, actually. Or probably about between 1.5 hours before it's like really, really good. Most of the time it varies on what video I'm putting it together for, what event, what it is, what's the idea. So I'm pretty fast, actually. And what are some causes close to your heart? I would say self-esteem, positive self-esteem, food allergies, and lifelong battles. Like, doesn't matter what kind of lifelong battle. Could be related to health, could be related to environment, things like that. Doesn't really matter. And also representation among people of color and underrepresented groups. Any favorite people that I've featured? Well, there's been a lot. And my favorite would be the ones where I got to vlog with my friends during the college events, especially at AAPI. So no specific favorites, they're kind of all my favorite. A lot of them are amazing. Is vlogging easy? No, it's not. It is not. Any kind of filmmaking is not easy to do because it takes time, dedication, and it's up to you to put a lot of effort into it. Ways to battle creativity block? I would say write it down in a notebook. Like, keep a notebook or a journal and then write down your ideas. You want to have your video ideas on a digital version, like on a document, like on your computer, and a handwriting version where you just kind of write it out. Sometimes it's like, when in doubt, write it out. So there you have it. So now that I've answered some questions, I might as well give a general explanation about how things have changed while taking on this experience, even as a college student. So a lot of you are asking, like, well, how do you run your channel and also balance your time with having fun in college and just enjoying college? Well, it pretty much runs like clockwork, sort of. Sometimes you would have to make arrangements or adjustments to scheduling wise, and that's what I've had to do at college. It was definitely not an easy thing, but it was worthwhile anyway. So that was one of the things that I discovered as well. And over the course of the years that I've been in college, I got to enjoy my time making media and producing videos, because that's when I started noticing not just the passion itself, but also what people in our world we live in are like. There are going to be times where you're running into people that you get along well, and some times where you don't get along well with them. Honestly, people automatically assume that what I'm doing is perfect, but really, it's not. At the end of the day, we're all human. Like, we're not machines, we're not miracle workers, we're not, we're human. So, that's one of the things that I'll have to say to that. So now that we've talked about and kind of shared this 9 years moment, I would like to thank you guys again so much for your generous support. And it means so much to me of not just being able to do this opportunity, but I get to do what I love every single day because of not just the Glitter Angels, but also my amazing friends and people that have supported me over the years. And if you have been a part of that journey for a long period of time, then you are a hero! So, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to my YouTube. And don't forget to comment the party emoji, or the toast, like the champagne glass emoji, because this is 9 years of YouTube! I love you, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Okay, peace out. Bye!